Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about the LR BRUNHILD leak. So, recently we got leaked, if you saw on the community page I posted, 70th Leaks has confirmed the next LR is BRUNHILD. He did not say which one, he just said BRUNHILD. So, which one could it realistically be? Well, it's kind of weird because they've started to do the marketing and the promotion for the JP 6th anniversary. And with that, what they've also done is shown a bird carrying a wedding invite, and we have a wedding BRUNHILD. So it is quite possible they stick to theme and release a wedding BRUNHILD LR, which is cool. Problem is, most people probably don't have her if they're semi-new to the game because she's not been on a banner in well over a year. She was on lots of banners on her release, and then all of a sudden they just, like a snap, like snap your fingers, never came out again. Don't know why. It is possible. Once again, BRUNHILD's had a fair chunk of free outfits. So her OG Hawk Pass one, quite a fair chunk of free outfits. She's only really, mine's only missing a weapon. But do I think it'll be red? Red doesn't really hasn't got that much going for her. Substats wise, it's the same as normal BRUNHILD, so I can't compare what new substats are going to be to old substats. 23% lifesteal pre-LR is kind of insane, especially for a human character. She's got a charged single target skill, but this is the problem, she's got a weak point AoE. The only way I see them making her half decent is if they give her like what Demi's got, which is weak point plus additional damage based on if the enemies have effect X or whatever it is. You know, have an effect that she specializes in, whether it be grey or red. But her ultimate's a healing ultimate, so it's not that. If they give it an effect, it might not be bad. Give it cleave, and then you look at quite a powerful ultimate. But will they? Probably not. It is single target as well, means it's not the best. My only hope is that if it is red BRUNHILD, she's very balanced towards PvE and PvP, so that means you can use her in like Deerflaw 4, where you can replace Freya then. Because Freya's okay, he's good, right? Don't get me wrong, but stance cancel you can't really use. His death damage ultimate is really good, like really good. So this BRUNHILD's gonna have to be very good to replace her. But it does feel like he's the one on the team that you could quite easily get away with replacing. Tyr you don't really want to replace. Thor you can't replace. Yorm you technically can replace, but I wouldn't recommend it. So the only person you really got left is BRUNHILD. Sorry, is Freya, and Freya's red. This BRUNHILD's red. And she's wedding BRUNHILD as well, so it would make sense if they made her LR. But if not, we've got this BRUNHILD here, which is the PvE BRUNHILD, which is a BRUNHILD that's been out for a very long time. She released about the same time as the first 3 floors of Bird, the first ever demonic beast to ever released in this game. She released around that time, and she was very good for it. She has a single target detonate skill and a single target power strike skill. Same ultimate, passive. They're both pretty basic, so increase the hero's base stats by 12% for every surviving ally, increase all stats of the hero by 8% whenever an ally dies. Substats are completely same because they're the same BRUNHILD. Maybe they're a little bit different depending on what outfits I've got equipped. But generally, if it is this PvE BRUNHILD, they could do something like what they've done with some characters, where, like, I guess technically they could remove the making them PvE only, so remove a blocker on their passive. So they'll get rid of the exclusive PvP and deathmatch or something along the lines of that to make her universal usage. Because if she worked everywhere, they could maybe spruce up her passive a little bit. She's got 2 decent effect single target skills. They don't really have to do much work on her there. Her relic's pretty decent. You can only be debuffed by 1 debuff at a time, which against a character like Shadow, if Shadow does become meta for, you know, some ungodly reason, you got a counter right there, which is pretty decent. Also, a little bit more news. This is a little bit just a speculation on the upcoming banner, the upcoming festival. Pretty sure it's DIANE King, solely because the someone who works at Netmarble, who we've confirmed works at Netmarble, we know they work at Netmarble, and what they've said has come true every time, who's also said that the next collab is going to be hype, has also stated that a duo Barn and Elaine is currently not on the table for this year. So what that means is, can't be Barn and Elaine, so it has to be King and DIANE, which is pretty good. King might be good for Endura, solely for the fact it does say Harley Quinn and King, and the way they've now changed it is that those characters, so initially when it asks you to use a melee, you couldn't use melee Liz, but now they fixed that, so they sort of count as the same person, so it was just pretty good. So we could possibly expect a new king that would be decent for Endura. Of course, it's going to have to fit the margin of having a cleanse skill, and it has to have they have to have a petrify. If they don't have a petrify, they're not going to be useful. But when it comes to LR Brunhild, I'm not too sure which one it's going to be, and even then, it might not be the best. Of course, LRs can get a full rework, a full passive rework, even just a complete throwaway of their old one and a full brand new one. Like LR Lilia, who had like basically her old passive basically thrown away, and they made a whole new passive and basically just chucked some of her old passive in and just spruced it up a little bit, which is pretty good. LR Barn, it had its whole passive completely chucked away and then given a new one. I would like to see another PvE LR though, just because I do feel like the newer player would benefit more from more PvE LRs than just another red Brunhild, like LR, another human LR, which might not even be the best anyway. Of course, do we know the release date of this character? Probably, I don't. I think next week, maybe the week after. I don't really know. I think it is possibly next week we'll find out who this LR is. Of course, they might start doing drip marketing beforehand, and then that's when we might understand who it is, when they start doing the drip marketing. Because once again, winning Brunhild, the normal Brunhild, unless they're just going to drip market that it is Brunhild, which they could quite easily do, which would make sense if they don't want to give away, I guess, which variant it is, because we're not actually meant to know who's coming next, but it is what it is. Gear-wise for Brunhild, I've just got her attack crit. Oh, she's not holding her gear. She's got attack crit, which currently Eon is holding. But once again, if this new one is good for Deer Floor 4, especially if it's the red one, I may be making HP defense, but once again, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see what they give her. They'll see how they rework her kit, and how it plays into the meta, because she may be completely useless, which if she is, it's good for, I guess, the newer player, because they can focus on the decent LRs, like Merlin, Queen Diane, Liz, LR Liz, Margaret, there are tons of good LRs. LR Bond's also very good as well. LR Escanal's decent. LR Margaret's not bad. You know, there's a bunch of decent LRs in the game that you could be focusing on. But of course, if you are currently thinking, because of course Heroine is back out, you've got enough to make an LR, should you wait? Yes. Wait and see how good this new LR Brunhild is. She could be completely mid, she might be completely horrendous, she might be like completely busted. We don't know. We don't know which variant it is, and which variant it is could determine if it's bad or it's good. Because 2 single targets is very good, an AoE and a single target is decent but not the best, especially if we end up into like a shadow human meta, which is possible if we do end up getting a human LR. I also hope she gets the characteristic thing removed, so this red Brunhild can work with humans as well. That would be quite nice, because currently she's only locked to Ragnarok, which is, it's okay, but you don't really see mono Ragnarok teams, solely because they don't have the best set of races. They're normally all unknown, which means that you're running Nanashi in the back. There's no, I guess you got Sigurd, but he only works with humans and not Ragnarok. If he works with Ragnarok as well, whole different ballgame, but he doesn't, so there's a problem. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the brand new LR Brunhild that we're going to be getting, as well as the possibility of Festival King and Diane. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.